actually going to backtrack back to the Roxy Inn to get our supplies. We're going to take that silver mace in case we run across any suspicious, you know, ghost enemies, because the only actual weapons that remotely hurt them are silver or enchanted weapons, which is why getting enchanted gear a bit early in the game when dealing with undead areas like this is actually a good thing. Ah, man, I still can't believe I died 3 times on that one little area. There's only room for improvement, though, isn't there? Sorry for the cut in audio. I'm actually going to show you a little blooper. You will not believe what just happened, so I just gotta show it after this one video. That was pretty funny, actually. Going to heal up a little more. I would see
May I help you?
And I thought it was an Imperial Guard undressed, but they never undress, except when they go to bed. But well, yeah. So we are.
What's new with you?
Looking for.
Do you need something?
Legions have been recalled from Fort Swampmouth in Black Marsh, and many of the Argonian slaves have returned.
I've heard many tales of Black Marsh. I assume you've dealt with Raylan appropriately. I realize it's in poor taste to celebrate anyone's demise, but Raylan was evil through and through. You've done the right thing. I believe we had a contract. Here's my part.
So we get a nice little amount of gold. Nothing to brag about.
Thank you for saving my
Nothing
business.
to
Take care. I won't forget
talk about. But, you know, that's a little gold, and it's a nice little side quest to start us off in this game. So we're actually going to do some more alchemic stuff. So we raised our alchemy one more level. We are actually not going to rest in this inn. We're going to go back to the Imperial City once again to stock up on some... Wait. Hold on. Skingrad, Kavach, Anvil. What city is it that I'm looking for? Bravil. I believe I am looking for Leowin. Yes, Leowin. So we're actually going to be going to Leowin, and the only reason why we are going there currently is because since I am a marksman/archer, the current supplies for me are right there. It's, I believe, the only archer shop in the whole entire game. Nevertheless, it's still quite useful. Sorry for standing there for a second, I had a brain fart. Yeah, I am absolutely certain it's Leowin. I believe this is one of my favorite places in the game because the architecture is so opposite of what it's supposed to be. Like, actually, it's not. What I actually meant to say was, it is very... what was I trying to say? I suppose I want to say it's very accurate to what it actually is supposed to be, because if you actually talk to some of the NPCs here, specifically the ones that are in the castle, they tell you how the castle is supposed to be keeping with Khajiit and Dark Elf culture, when actually it's mixing with Imperial and Brethor, or Brethren, or whatever the hell they're called. The race that are like the Imperials, but are actually just themselves. So as you can see, there is this thing called a Nirnroot plant. We're actually not going to pick that up right now, because that's going to set off a side quest, because you're going to have something called a very strange planet. I just realized that I am probably in the wrong area. Yeah, that's an awkward moment. Either way, we're still going to stop at the dividing line to see if they are selling arrows. Specifically, I wanted to try and get a new bow, maybe a steel, but I don't think that's going to be possible.
The dividing line between a live hero and a dead one is a sharp sword. Because you don't want to be on the dead guy's side of the line, do you?
So let's trade with this guy.
Let's do business.
Yeah, he has iron arrows. Specifically, we want about, let's say 90.
Come. Have a look around. You won't find better prices in... Thank you too.
Yeah, I want to apologize just a little ahead of time for accidentally going to the wrong little area. So, now that we did that, speaking of, I think it's Cyrodiil, but you know what? We'll just go there just for the hell of it. Why not? No harm in it, right, guys? Yeah, it's definitely Cyrodiil.
I'm only asking for a single...
This time I am positive and there are no screw-ups, trust me.
What is it?
Yeah, arguably Leowin is my favorite area in the game, though. That's why I kept confusing Cyrodiil with this. So, the Forlorn Watchman, we are actually going to talk about that into one of the town citizens, because evidently that's another little side quest.
The Archer's Paradox. Because a perfect arrow flies forever, and that's impossible. I'm Danenin, and I have no perfect arrows.
We're not going to talk about the Forlorn Watchman
Let's
yet.
do business.
So as you can see, we got the Bow of Affliction, which is over 9,000. I'm kidding. Anyways, we're going to buy a fine steel bow.
Pleasure doing business with you.
And that's going to be doing a little more damage. You know what? Let's buy 50 steel arrows just for...
Thank you.
If we ever run out. So we're going to talk about the Forlorn Watchman now, and that's going to initiate a side quest.
I don't know much about that ghost, but some say he died in a horrible shipwreck. I would stay away from him if I were you. Bad omen. Each night, he wanders the shore of Nibbin Bay. Then he stops and looks mournfully out to sea. If you're interested, you may want to see Gilgondarin at Silverholm on the Water. When it comes to local legends, he's the best source in town.
So we are on the Forlorn Watchman side quest now.
Take care.
I think this is another undead quest, I believe. And I think it has a payout of certain gear and good gold coins, but I am not entirely sure.
Have pity on an old war.
So here's the stop we were going to go to, Silverthorn on the Water. We're actually going to talk to Gilgondarin.
Gilgondarin. Silver Home on the water has beds and food. What's your pleasure?
The watchman looks like he may have been a sailor. No one knows where he came from, or why he looks so sad.
I don't like talking about the dead like they're some kind of tourist attraction, but that spirit has been making his ghostly journey for years now.
We've learned to just accept that he's there. Every night, short as clockwork, he appears at Bunwatch Camp at 8 on the shore of Nibbin Bay.
He's never harmed anyone, but most people give him a wide berth. You seem curious enough, so I'll be glad to pinpoint where he appears on your map. Can I interest you in some of my wares? Pleasure do. A bar. You bought that. A fine. That's a good. You're a. You bought that. Pleasure. Take care.
So basically, I just did that to get some more alchemic supplies, and we are going to craft just a little more. Yes. So we have leveled up our alchemy 1 more point. Lovely. Get some more fatigue potions. Gonna check the area that is on our map. We're gonna go to the Bayrorin Stables to port out of Bravil. I still can't believe I died 3 times on that one little area. There's only room for improvement, though, isn't there? So the inn is just right above...